Hey guys, it's Kelly Ray. I know 2 videos in one night, trying to make up for lost time, I guess. Promised myself I would do these 5 times a week and I have not been doing that, so that doesn't feel good when you don't keep your commitments. And the point of this video today I want to talk about is the one question you have to ask yourself if you want to be a good leader. And I've seen so many examples of it this week, so many inspiring examples, some bad examples, some that were obvious why they're not working, but even in myself, this is a question that I was taught at a very young age, and in my first management position learned the hard way that as a manager, as a leader, I have to be better. I cannot just expect my people to be better. It will not work. I have to be better. I have to set the tone. I have to have a more positive attitude. I have to look for things that are good. I have to look for the things that I appreciate about my staff. I have to get my head straight before I walk into the office. I have to motivate myself, focus on my goals. It's not the staff, it's you. It's a reflection of you. So you have to ask, what can I do better? How can I be better? Or things will not get better in your business. So a good example is, how can I be better? I could do what I said I would do and do a video every day. That's a small example, but let's say you have a staff member that's not performing. I can think of a lot of staff in my past that didn't perform well for me. And if I had been smart enough in that early on in my career to say, well, how can I do better here? I would have been able to come in more compassionately. I would have been able to come in and ask more questions, be a more curious leader. I could have come in a more a kind, peaceful, relaxed way. This is not an attack. I didn't need to go straight to the disciplinary action. We could have had a conversation and we could have asked the staff member, what barriers they were dealing with. But if ever since then, my early 20s, and I've really developed a skill now as I get into my late 30s, you have to ask yourself, how can I be better? You have to ask this or you're going to fail, or you will not succeed at the level that you want to succeed. You have to ask it as a husband or a wife. You have to ask it as a leader. You have to ask it as a team member. You certainly have to ask it as a business member. And I find a lot of people blaming things that they can't control instead of asking this question, and that is just the most huge waste of time. People, please, if you catch yourself blaming the government or blaming, here's a good one, blaming the safe injection site, blaming, sort of a local issue that's going on, stop it. It doesn't make a difference, okay? So stop blaming and ask yourself, what can I do better? There's always something. And when you're asking yourself, what can I do better? How can I be better? That is a really inspiring thing for your people to see. And your people will start to ask themselves that as well. Also, it's really not fair for you as a leader to ask your team, how can you do better, if you're not asking yourself? I met with a really, really great leader yesterday, I think it was, and he came in thinking that he had some big challenges. And as we talked, I realized that he's self-aware, he's willing to do better, he's doing personal development, and he's working on himself, and he really likes his team, and he really thinks they're good at their jobs. It was the easiest session I've ever had. All we had to do was remind him to set a time to ask himself, well, how can I be better here? How can I do better here? Because he was totally on board, totally willing. Then we did some KPIs, we did some sales conversion stuff, we did some KPI creation and tracking, and then meeting with the team, and that's it. And all his numbers are gonna go up like crazy because he asks himself that question, how can I be better? When you come for coaching, you're saying, how can I be better? When you get a coach or a consultant, you're saying, how can I be better? When you read a book, you're asking, how can I be better? Good job, keep doing that. You have to do that. You have no hope as a leader if you want to grow a big, successful, profitable business if you're not asking yourself, how can you be better? So I didn't mean to get so serious on that one. I'm sorry, you guys. This is really, really, really important, and it has helped me and my clients so much. I just believe in it very much. So I just wanted to share it with you guys passionately, not so sternly, but it's super important. So please ask this question. How can I be better? Ask it every day. And I know that it will show up in really good ways in your business.